Survivor Specialist Phil and Will are back, sort of. This is going to be our predictions for episode 3. For those of you who see this now, you're seeing this early. We are not posting this till Saturday, so forgive us if our predictions are way off. We had to get a video out to you guys, and Will is heading to Africa over the weekend and is not going to have time to do it. So we wanted to get one out to you before he left. So we might not be as in-depth as always. Our power rankings might be really off, but then again, we both had Mary in spot 3 last week. And we had plenty of information. So guess what? Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I know it's Mari. I get it. But she's out of the game now, so I can say her name wrong.
There you go. Yeah, this is, I think, the first time we've ever done an in-season Thursday podcast. So, yeah, this is Thursday. You won't see this until the weekend, unless you're watching live. And then it's kind of like a secret podcast if you're finding this live. It was very last minute because we were like, we don't want to have to try to squeeze one in over the weekend. So yeah, like Phil was saying, we haven't seen any of the weekend previews. Usually when there's a tribe swap, the tribes are spoiled just so we can talk about it. But we don't even know if there is going to be a tribe swap. Now that the press photos have come out, we're thinking tribe swap is not going to happen. All of last night in our recap, which you can watch, the link is in the description, we were thinking it was going to be a tribe swap where 3 Gen Xers go with 3 Millennials and form a third tribe. Making it 666, keeping one tribe of all millennials, one tribe of all Gen Xers, and then one mix. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. Phil, do you want to read the clue or the note from the photo?
I was on Sucks, but it kept on sending me to another page. Like for some reason, Sucks is getting spammed hard lately, and that's the only site that like for some reason I'm getting insane amount of pop-ups on. But it said something along the lines of.
Here, let me find it.
It was pretty much like they're gonna go and mingle with the enemy because you could use some more friends. It seems like there's gonna be some one-on-one time. I don't know. Sucks is like an awful website right now, and I don't know why. It's really making me mad.
It's always an awful website.
But right now, it's like a bad website. Like it's not even like the content is bad. It's just like it's an awful website.
Okay. Gosh, I just had it and I overshot the photo, and because Inside Survivor is also such a bad website, there was no back arrow. So I couldn't go
Inside
back.
Survivor right now with their press photos, this might be the worst setup I've ever seen for a website ever. Shout out to Martin Holmes. This is awful. My God, like let us see the pictures. Why do we have to look at 8 of them and then go through a slideshow? Jesus.
Yeah, why can't you just post all of them? And the one we want to see is blow. Okay, here we go. I have the clue, or I have the note. Break bread with your rivals, a respite and temporary truce. Then take time for some one-on-one, more friends you sure could use. So I think it's just kind of like a meet and greet thing, like Phil was saying. It
sounds like Amazon to me.
Yeah, just kind of like, ooh, we're going to see what's going on over there. And Amazon, of course, was the first female versus male, so that was kind of really needed, I think, for everybody just to not be surrounded by their own gender. I don't think it's as needed here. I think both these tribes are doing fine, but it'll be fun to see. I'm okay with this. I like this better than creating one tribe that is not on equal playing field with the other 2.
Yeah, and I think that this pretty much just throws out really any chance that there's going to be a swap. It doesn't look like, from these press photos, it looks like Gen X is still together and Millennials are still together. So I'm curious to see what's actually going to go down here. Kind of happy it's not a swap, especially since we have to do our power rankings now, because – I mean, we were like when it's a swap, you're just kind of it's a crapshoot anyway. So we'll see how this goes.
I think there will be a swap at 15 though. Like we're pretty sure that will now happen.
Yeah,
there are 3 buffs.
I think you're right, which is cool.
Yeah, there's been a 3rd buff already leaked, and if it is going down at 15 and it's 555, then that'd be really cool to merge from 3 tribes because that's never happened before.
Yeah.
So. Lots to look forward to. Let's get into the power rankings. We don't have the boot lists in prop bet score just because we did not know we were going to do this. We'll get those out at some point.
I'll post it on Twitter after I score them. Probably look for it sometime Saturday or Sunday. The prop bet, at least like the top people for the prop bet and boot list will be updated. Maybe some people who are just dead awful at the boot list because that's always fun to post too. So those will be done then.
Exactly. Okay, Phil. We're heading into episode 3. Who do you have at number 1? I don't even know who I have at number 1 right now. I'm looking at the cast. I have some people I like, but not a definite number 1. So I'm gonna have you go first.
I'm gonna go Chris at number 1 because there's been some secret scenes where he's pretty much saying everything that you said yesterday. He is letting Paul take control, even though Chris is really the one who's kind of in control. They all do like Paul, though. It seems like that is actually a really tight alliance. But Chris, number one, he's too strong. There's no way they're getting rid of him. They got Paul and David on their team. They got Sunday on their team. They got Lucy, who's a mute. Like, they got to get rid of some of those people. Chris is fine for this week.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with Ken here. I think he's number one. I think we're going to get a lot out of him. I would be really shocked if he ended up going this week. I'm also going to go with him in my eliminator. I'm very confident we're going to see more from Ken down the line. He's not even in the majority on the tribe, so you might be like, why are you putting him number one? But you have CC and David already on the chopping block. You have Paul, someone who could easily get injured or people are concerned about his health. Then you also have David with the idol that could actually really help Ken too. So I don't think Ken is going anywhere. Not really a reason to get him out. He's strong and he provides a camp. It's too early. And if if there is a swap, he's good there too. I think he's the kind of guy you want if you're going to get swapped with. He can get along with people. He can set up camp. He can do all those things.
And I have Ken at number two. I think Ken's
no way,
the best. Yeah, I think
because you heard me say it.
No, it's because I had Ken at number two. Because I always say this. I always make my power rankings beforehand, and you just go based off of me because that's what you do. But number two, I have to keep track of your power rankings. I guarantee you by the end of this, if we told Will, tell me what your power rankings just were, he wouldn't know. He wouldn't know because he doesn't keep track.
I would be pretty darn close. We'll try it. How about that?
Yeah, don't type anything in. Don't do it. I want to see if you can remember. Anyway,
but a lot of times I do have them typed out, or I have my tiers.
Yes, your tears, crying them. So number two, I have Ken. I love Ken. I said in the recap that I think Ken can win this game. I think they got a fantastic edit. I think Ken and Chris, I think, are in the best spot. I think they might be the actual only two people on Gen X that can win with an outside shot of Jessica or Brett. Everybody else there, I'm just not seeing it from them. I think Gen X is kind of like a beat tribe right now. So, but I think Ken is, he's more millennial, man, and it really, I think, is going to work for him if and when he can hit one of these swaps and everything. And right now, you can't get rid of this guy if you start losing challenges because there's just too many weak people on your team.
Yeah, no, I agree. I guess I should have gone twice in a row, but
well, I had Ken, so you can go twice in a row now.
Okay, I'm actually going to go with Will at number two. I think Will, he's I think going to go wherever the majority goes. He did that last week, and I think he'll do that again. He's not someone you're threatened by. He's not someone you want to target because he is strong in challenges. So it's like Will's just going to go where the wind blows, and I see no reason why he would end up going out. There are so many people pissed off at each other on the Millennials tribe after this big vote. Will is not one of those people. He isn't in the cool kids group that pulled people, over and convinced them. Wasn't really a part of the core other group where it's like, wow, how could you betray me? I thought we were close. He's just there, and that's a person. It's like, hey, if he were weak, that could be kind of a not so good spot if you have no one you can really trust. But he's not weak. He can handle it. He can handle himself out there. So I got Will at number two. At number three, I'm going to go with Chris. Chris is in control. Not like Paul. Paul's not in control. Chris is the one in control. We talked about this a lot last night. I don't need to go more into it.
Yeah, I have Will a lot lower down, mainly because in his confessional in the preview, it was, I want to be a part of this. I want to get my hands dirty, and I want to be a part of this trail, this twist. That could be a kiss of death. A lot of times, when people say things like that, it could hurt them. I don't have them all the way down, but I do have them a little bit lower. My number 3 and 4, I'm going Michelle and Jay, because I think Michelle and Jay are tight with every single person on that tribe right now, and they are not going to get any of the heat from Zeke or Adam because they're going to be turning to Hannah. So if Zeke and Adam can get the numbers, they'll vote out Hannah. Or if Michelle and Jay say, hey, you know what, we don't really need Figgy, or if anything like that, Zeke, Adam, Hannah, all of them, if they do reunite, they're going to get rid of Figgy. They're not going to get rid of Michelle or Jay. And you also have Michaela there who wants to get rid of Figgy, or Michaela could easily go. Michelle and Jay, I think, are in a perfect position. The way that they were able to get people to turn to their side last night, I think showed just how well they fit in with this group. And I don't think either of them are getting the boot this week. So I got them 3 and 4.
I like Jay. I don't like Michelle that high, though. And I said this last night. I think Jay ends up in the better spot here, and that's why I have an MVP. I think Michelle kind of stood out last night as someone, wow, this girl is actually playing the game. She was working Hannah, the whole tribal council that had to, people had to notice that. Will noticed that he got pulled over very easily, I'm sure. She was very present, and I could see if they lose another challenge, like a back-to-back challenge, they don't know who to get rid of. And look who they just took out. They just took out Mari because she's a game player. If people are catching on, Michelle's a game player. She is a part of that kind of really tight four-person alliance, or at least it was, it was more tight in the premiere. But it's still, kind of an established group of people with, Taylor, Figgy, Joe, and Michelle. That could really raise some eyebrows. And we also said that Adam and Zeke, and I don't think they're now, done with Hannah. I think they still can make things work. Will's there for a number. So I don't know. I don't like Michelle that high. Even though her move was, she played a really good game last night. Next, I have, now I need to know what number I'm on. Usually I'll just say next. Now I need to know what number.
You're on number 4, Will.
We're on number 4. Okay. Number 4, I have David, just because he has the idol. I don't think he's getting rid of that anytime soon. If they target him, I think he'll play it. It will be fun to watch, but I'm pretty sure David's not going to blow this idol. It would be funny, but I would also imagine that we have Chris and Brett and Jessica. They're probably thinking David does have an idol, so maybe they'll throw the votes at Cece. Maybe they'll realize Paul is a liability or Sunday's a liability. So not really too worried for David there. At number 5, I have Jay. I do like Jay's position. I agree with you. You said a lot of things that I agreed with, just not so much for Michelle. I would apply them to Jay, where he is in the much better spot. So.
Yeah, I think David's too paranoid to get voted out with the idol. I have him further down just in case somehow he does get blindsided, but I think he's too paranoid to ever get voted out with the idol. But he is still David, so I have him a little bit lower. My 5 and 6, I have Brett and Jessica, and the reason I go Brett and Jessica this high might seem high.
I was going to go them next too, honestly.
Okay.
I was like, I'm right there with you.
Okay, so I'll put you down 6 with Brett and then 7 with Jessica, but I think the reason I have them both so high up is because even though they're against an alliance that has an idol, that alliance has made it incredibly clear that they are voting out Paul if they can. They want to chop off the head, and that's Paul. Brett and Jessica are not going to come up on their radar at all. They know Paul doesn't have an idol because they have the idol. So if it comes to it and they actually do have to play the idol, Paul is going to be the one who's idled out, and there's no way Brett or Jessica goes on.
Right. I agree. I also think Jessica is she's really tight in that alliance. Same with Brett. So I go Jessica first, then Brett, just because maybe Brett is someone, if they are worried about some twist or Paul having something that he could get protected by the alliance. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm with you there for those next 2. So then it's now back to you.
Yeah, it's back to me. And I'll go 7, I have Lucy. Nothing needs to be said, just Lucy. And number 8, I have Zeke. We talked about this in our recap. Zeke and Adam are not necessarily on the bottom here. And I'm going to go as far as to call Adam my eliminator pick. And spoiler, Adam's going to be at my number 9 here. I'm making Adam my eliminator pick because he might go soon because he's on the wrong side of the numbers, but he's not going this week because he's on the wrong side of the numbers. Adam and Zeke are too strong on that tribe. I don't think this was a vote against Adam or Zeke. I think we were right when we said it was a vote against Mari, and it was Michelle saving her alliance. And now, if they can they can seriously just go out to Adam and Zeke and say, "Hey, we want to vote out we want to vote out Michaela," and they could do it. "Hey, we want to vote out Hannah," and they could do it. "We want to vote out Will." We could. Zeke and Adam are not on the bottom just because they were on the wrong side of the vote here. This was not against them. This was strictly to get rid of Mari and save Figgy.
Gotcha. I still think they're in a little bit more vulnerable spot. And I'm also surprised you have Lucy that high just because I don't know. She could go at any point. She could just get sniped and she's done. She got medevaced and we never had a confessional from her. So I don't know. I have a tough time putting Lucy that high. I'm going to go, what number am I at?
Hold on, I got to think.
Did I do 7, 8, or did I do?
Yeah, no, you're on 8. You're on 8.
I'm on 8. Okay.
You have to do 8, 9, and 10 because I just went all the way to 9. So you got 3 in a row.
I'll do 8, 9, and 10. Okay. I have Taylor at 8. I still think if somehow the cool kids can't get the numbers and they lose the numbers, who are they going to target? I think they still want Figgy. that's the primary target. They might go Michelle. You tossed out Michaela's name even. Like, she's kind of causing drama. And again, I don't think there was really a lot of reason for her to blow up at Figgy. From a strategy standpoint, I get why you don't want the couple, but there's no reason to like really get so personally upset about it. Maybe there was something else going on, but I don't know. If Michaela is that easily, you know, riled up, she could get riled up again by somebody else and she could go home. So I have Taylor. I think Taylor's fine. Like, I think even though he's part of the couple, no one's really looking at him. So I have him at 8, at 9. Let's see. It's so tough because I think the millennials are going to go because we got so much of them last week. I don't have a good read on any of the Gen Xers. I'm going to go Sunday at 9 here. I think she's very comfortably in the majority. And like you said, Paul's the one that the other people want to take out. And I could see Sunday being someone that they can, I don't know, people on the bottom can pull over. I don't know. I don't really fear at all for Sunday. If she was going to go, I think we would have seen more of her last episode because she's so far been at least a pretty, I mean, she's not a super entertaining character, but she's not boring by any means.
Mm-hmm. Who do you got at 10? Go one more.
I got to go one more. This is where I'm gonna go Adam at 10. I agree with you that he's not going to be targeted. And people, I think, would target Zeke over Adam. Like, Adam is playing more in the background than Zeke. Zeke started the fire. I think Zeke's the louder personality. People might be afraid of Zeke's social game. So I feel safer putting Adam up here.
Okay, I have Sunday at 10. A lot like what you said. She's firmly in the majority. The Gen X people, we just have not gotten really anything of. Like last week, we didn't really get much of them. We got a lot of Paul, we got a lot of Ken, we got a lot of David, we got a very little bit of Chris. We got Sunday to say something, but it didn't feel like it was like much about her. I think Sunday's all right now. A lot would have to happen. And then at 11, I have Will. I already kind of said why I have him so low. He also showed he's very wishy-washy with how fast he jumped over. And he might not be a guaranteed vote considering how quickly he jumped. He jumped very quickly to that side.
A lot of people jump I mean, Michaela was ready to vote Figgy, and she jumps. And then we have Will was ready to vote Figgy. He jumps. Hannah was ready to vote, and then everyone jumped.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying, though, like, that's not good necessarily.
I don't know. I think if you can realize that you're losing numbers to jump on board, that's actually very good gameplay.
No, it's good gameplay. I'm saying that Zeke or Adam could bring that up and say, look, Hannah or Will or Michaela are just going to jump on you guys the next chance they get. They've already talked about coming back to if they need to. If they get that.
I think that's way more. That's going to be all on Hannah. Because Hannah, I think, was tighter with Zeke and tighter with Adam. I never saw Will tight with either of those people where they can't go to Will and be like, whoa, dude, what was that? We were in an alliance. I never saw Will make any promises to really Mari, Zeke, Adam, or Hannah. I think we maybe heard his name tossed around as he was with them just because he wasn't a cool kid. That's the reason we just assumed it was 6 against 4. But it might have been a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3, and Will was somewhere in the middle. So I don't think people are going to jump on Will for that. Maybe they
That's
will.
fine.
So
maybe they will. I mean, I don't know. I still don't have him that low. I mean, I have him at 11. I'm just kind of hedging my bets.
I have Lucy at 11. I don't know what else to say. It's really funny. If she doesn't get another episode, I mean, it's going to be one of the more entertaining parts of the show. When will she talk? What will she say? Who is this lady? Is she going to go home? I would love it if she didn't get a confessional this episode. I would love that. It would be so fun.
Hey, it's happened before, man. People have gone episode after episode after episode without getting confessionals right off the bat. It has happened before.
But not including the first 2.
No,
right?
No, it has.
Who?
I have to look at it, but it has happened.
Okay. I got to go one more here. Who do I have at 12? I'm going to put Zeke at 12 just because, I don't know. He's such a big character. I don't want to see Zeke go. And I don't want to sit here and say, I think he's on the block. I don't. If I were out there, though, I would kind of feel like I want to get rid of Zeke right now. He doesn't have numbers. He's super likable. I mean, he's got maybe Adam with him. Maybe he's back with him. I don't know. He's someone I would target, and especially a tribe like the Millennials. who just targeted Mari. I don't know. The only thing going for him, I think, is there are a lot of weaker people in that tribe and a lot of more people who are stirring up and causing negativity. He's just a positive guy, so this early, keep him around. 12 is not that high out of 18, but he's not, one of the, bottom. He's not a bottom tier guy.
That's fine. No, I get that. I don't think Zeke's a bottom tier guy either. My number 12, I have David. I talked about it. He has the idol. I don't think he'll get voted out with the idol because he's just too paranoid, but I still have him a little bit lower just in case somehow. And then at 13, I have Taylor. I don't think he's going to be the first target out of that group. I think Figgy's still the first target. But if for some reason they start to feel like, oh, maybe Figgy found an idol, or maybe like something, or maybe Taylor found an idol, or maybe something happened, they could try to pull something on him. But I think Taylor's, in the end, he's going to be all right. He's going to make it through this episode. It's not till after Taylor, the rest of the people, I think, could go home.
Right. No, I agree. I feel pretty comfortable about Taylor lasting this episode. All right. I am now at 13, right? Okay. Getting my numbers now. This is good training.
Killing it.
I have Michelle at 13. You have her really high. I know she's now she has the numbers. I just still worry. I think Michaela and Jessica and Hannah are all in worse positions, but I could totally see Michelle going this week. And then at 14, I am going to go with Paul. He's in control. He's the leader. Like, everyone loves him. So maybe we should put him higher. He's in the majority alliance. Just part of me thinks he could have another episode or just during a challenge mess something up. It's good that people like him, though. So good for Paul. He's just someone, the old, big guy. You always worry he's just going to, pass out, and people are like, all right, we're still in the tribe stage. Sorry, buddy, we love you, but we got to send you back in.
Yeah, no, and he seems like he's fine. Even though he passed out, it was like, all right, we can work with him. We like him. He's good. I still think Paul is screwed. But anyway, 14, I have Hannah. I think she made a good move because she voted the majority. She got Michelle's trust, but I think at the same time she might have made a bad move because it seems like she was really, really close with Zeke, at least, maybe Adam as well. And it seems like this kind of blindsided them. And if they can sway people, which Adam and Zeke are going to fight like crazy, especially Adam, who waited so long to get on the show. There's no way he's going down without trying every possibility. And Zeke's going to try too because he's just loud naturally. I think Hannah could be their target. 15, I have Cece. I think that she could be screwed if they think David has an idol and then they vote for Cece. But I also don't know if they're going to split the votes because I know they talked about splitting votes the first time, and they did split the votes, but they also had 8 people as opposed to just 6. I could see them maybe being worried like, oh, what if that person flops or this? Maybe we don't want to make it a tie. And I think that it could turn out where Cece ends up being fine because they still vote for David thinking that he has nothing.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm in the position that I am with Cece. I think if it's episode 3, kind of pre-merge, we've gotten kind of the dramatic vote in episode 2. We're out of the gates here. We might be in for a predictable boot, and if it is going to happen on the Gen X tribe, I think it will be Cece. So I have her a little bit lower. Where am I at? 15, right? Yeah. 15, I have Figgy. And I know she was the target, but hey, we have enough people that wanted to save her and get out Mari. So I don't know why she needs to be all the way at the bottom again. She certainly has her name being tossed around, but if she tones it down with Taylor, starts making some relationships with other people, she probably was sitting there at tribal. It very well could have been me. She got 3 votes. So if I'm her, I'm got to change my game up some way, and I think she's capable of doing that. And then I have Hannah at 16. I don't know. There's something about Hannah where her whole charade last night, it came off very negatively. People were talking. We've never seen someone say, is she still up there voting? And people have taken a long time to vote before. I don't know if Jeff has gone all the way to peek back there, but it came off kind of just negative. Did you get that feeling too? It wasn't a good thing.
No, it seemed like she was so aloof and just kind of out of it, and she was just standing up there. And Jeff said also in his after the episode, he said that was actually minutes that she was up there. She was up there for minutes trying to figure out what to vote.
I assume.
And he actually thought something had happened to her.
Yeah, I hope you wouldn't check after 30 seconds. You got to go up there and you got to think a little bit, especially when someone's in your ear all night. I get it. And she was also just laughing at tribal council the whole time, and I don't know. And with the preview, I just don't feel that good about Hannah. Although I think she has enough friends on that track where she can save herself. And then I have Cece at 17 and Michaela at 18. I think Michaela is not going to last. They already were mentioning her name to vote her out next. If she keeps beefing with Figgy, the group she voted with, that kind of prevented her from, being with Zeke and then getting voted out second. I mean, she's a good person to get out, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see Michaela going. I have her at 16. I have Figgy at 17, Paul at 18. I just think, Michaela didn't do enough to really be the I don't think she's going to be the target of everyone. She might be the target of the cool kids, but I think even they're just not going to go after Michaela right away unless like Zeke and Adam, I don't think would go after Michaela. I think they're going to try to pull her back in onto their side because of her hatred for Figgy. I just don't think that Michaela's going to go this week, but at the same time, they really played her up man, she takes things way too seriously. So it could be her. Figgy at 17, I still think she's the number one target there. And then Paul at 18, I really think that they're setting him up for some sort of downfall. Even though he's a likable guy, I think that he's going to be the one who gets idled out.
Yeah, if they do play an idol, he's going to be the one to go.
He's done.
And that's why I do have him at what I have at I have him at 14. I think Millennials are losing again, though. I think there's a lot of drama with the Millennials. We have Michaela, we have Figgy, Hannah, and that's why I think they are the ones that we need to look out for. Obviously, we haven't seen the previews yet. Haven't got any kind of insider information that is sometimes leaked. Not spoilers, but kind of just little, what the twist exactly is, stuff like that. So it'll be fun to see how wrong we are, as it always is.
Yeah. It can't be that much worse than last week, so it doesn't really matter that much. All right, let's do the comments that were actually on the video up to this point, so that we can at least get some of you guys in here. This is obviously the recap video, which you guys commented on last night. So keep voting for MVP and LVP. I'll score that later.
It's
Acosta.
It's Jay. Come on.
No, it's not. Wentz Acosta, a couple thoughts. Lucy might have quit the game, Nyanka Kelly style. That's one guaranteed way to piss Jeff off, is to quit. Very well could be the case that she could quit, and eventually, at this point, the survivors just forget them. If they're going to come out here and quit, we're just not even going to put them on TV. Screw them.
I think that's about time. I think for a while now, there's been a lot of people who want to quit, and then they're consoled, it's okay, it's okay. In San Juan del Sur, Julie was like, "Oh, you just missed your husband? Oh, you can quit. It's fine. We'll give you a good edit."
That's bullshit. And they gave her enough of an edit. Yeah, and Nyanka got.
And they were getting extra rights the whole time. What was that? Screw that season.
Yeah, that season was awful. This is still from Wentz's. Ken is not going to win. He's getting too much of a Malcolm Ozzy Joe edit. It's possible, but I don't think he's as dreamy as those three. I don't think he's being played up as that great as those three.
I'm getting more Aris vibes. He's spiritual and calming.
He's chiller.
And who won the old versus young start? Panama.
Yeah.
It was ours.
It was ours. Figgy got the heat. Figgy got most of the heat because Jay mainly pushed her, being the one to blind Taylor. Taylor got out scot-free and possibly can be compared to Amber getting away while Rob got the abuse, which is really funny because it's so reversed. But I think people are looking at Taylor as absolutely harmless, and people are looking at Figgy as a little bit more of a threat.
Yeah, I think Taylor is just – he's a goofball, and everyone just knows that. I don't think there's any kind of hidden thing he's doing. And they're like, okay, Taylor, you know what? You're good at challenges. You're not playing this game at all. You'll vote with me. You'll vote with the Millennials. Cool. We're good with Taylor. Figgy, you're a snake. You got this smile. You're flirty. Everyone's worried about Figgy. So Taylor, maybe he's a genius, and he just masterminded this whole thing.
He could be, but I really don't think so, Will.
No, I don't think so either.
No, I don't even think there's a 1% chance of that. Still going here. Mari screwed up by underestimating her allies and possibly annoyed Hannah with her puppies comment. I think at that point, Hannah was already voting with Michelle. I think she was closer with Michelle than we were led to believe. Hannah simply screwed up by pulling a Cochran from South Pacific. I don't think it was that extreme yet. Do you see Mari being asked back for Fans vs. Favorites 3, considering their favorites for 26? No, because Mari just wasn't big enough of a character.
Yeah, the only thing that could get her back on is if she is, on an online ballot where there's votes. because she's a YouTuber, has an online presence. But I don't know why we would really want her back, and nothing against Mari. She wasn't that exciting. She didn't last long. It's pre-merge boots don't come back that often, and I know we have our like outliers with Kelly Wentworth and people like that, but they tend to not, last that long.
Yeah, and there's really no reason to bring her back.
Yeah, they don't come back. Why bring him back? We didn't see you weren't good enough to get to episode 3. Why do we need to see you try it again?
Yeah. Also, besides Ken, do you think any of the Gen X tribe will still suspect David as an idol, considering his first tribal experience?
Yeah,
maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they're just assuming he has an idol at all times. Like, just play under that assumption.
Yeah, and then finally, I still have Taylor as my winner pick. Avoid bullets, make moves, make sure he gets credit for the Echo Smith Alliance. That's a music reference. Yeah, I don't think Taylor's going to win. I think he's going to be seen as too instead of like.
Yeah, and this is why I went with Jay as my winner pick, because I knew they would buddy up, but you knew one of them was going to be like a Drew, and then you knew one of them was going to be closer to a Fabio. And I think we already know 2 episodes in, and it's Jay. Jay is the Fabio. Jay is the shot to win.
Yeah. Thomas Zelenka, this was exactly why I voted for Michelle as MVP and got laughed at it for last episode. She positioned herself well, and now she capitalized on it. That's a really funny comment, considering he then goes and votes for Jay as MVP for this episode.
I love it, because Jay is the MVP. Look at that. I'm Michelle fan, just being honest.
Well, maybe that also shows his you shouldn't really take his Jay vote so seriously here, because Michelle was not the MVP of episode 1. So maybe he's just proving that Jay still is not the MVP of episode 2.
Michelle was in a much better spot than we thought. She had relationships with Hannah, with Will, with Michaela.
It doesn't make you MVP, though, automatically.
Not automatically,
but
we were impressed with Michelle in episode 1. And, who did MVP go to? Did it go to Chris?
It went to Zeke.
Okay. Oh, it tied. Yeah, there's a tie for...
Oh, it was Zeke and Mari.
Mari.
There you go. You were so high on Mari's MVP, and then she goes home the next week. So really, Tom Zelenka and Will, your votes should just not count, or should just prove that the other person should win. Thanks.
Well, I got Mari. I politicked a little bit to get Mari the votes. Even though how'd she do? It's fine. Hey, she was on my team. I needed the MVP points, so we split the MVP points.
Hey, I'm Toby. My prediction for the next episode is going to be the tribe swap mix. Then he pretty much said everything we talked about. They'll join a third tribe, and he even gives the name of the third tribe, which pretty much means, hey, it could happen. He also says that he said this before he heard us. And then Thomas Zelenka says, I expect this is happening. It's a good solution for the random swap, where some people sometimes get screwed because of random chance, where they get stuck in minority for no reason.
That's actually a good point. That's actually a benefit that I didn't see of it. I think it would be really cool, though, to do 3 on all 3 tribes. So you just have 3 millennials on each tribe, 3 Gen X on each tribe. Then there's no minority, and everyone's on the same level. It shoots the theme in the foot, and Jeff would never do that. So wait till you're at 5-5-5, let some people get in the minority, and then let people work. You get on a tribe, and it's 3-2. Show your survivor skills. Prove that you're capable of winning the game. Prove that you deserve to win when you do get there.
Yeah. Gus Schultz, great recap, boys. I love it. Another Michelle vote for MVP. There's a lot of LVP votes for Figgy. I know we had pretty much said it's got to be Lucy because she sucks, but there's a lot of Figgy votes, which are totally understandable.
That's fine. Yeah, maybe. Whose team is Figgy on?
I think mine. I don't even know.
Bring that up, because I need a campaign either way.
She's on my team.
Yeah, she's got to be LVP.
Yeah, just keep remembering, guys, that Will was the one who convinced you all to vote for Mari for MVP last week.
Well, she did great. She came up. I mean,
she was great. Yeah, she was great. She put herself in a terrible position to get voted out the next week.
You had her number 3 in the power rankings, so don't act like you're so smart.
I did. No, but you made her be MVP when clearly she didn't deserve to be MVP. Clearly did not deserve to be MVP. Especially with the argument you're making against Michelle and 4J this week. You're pretty much saying all the reasons why Mari should not have been MVP. So I don't want to hear it.
That's fine. I mean, it's episode to episode, so she could have been MVP that episode.
But yeah, you're not looking at it episode to episode.
Figgy, yeah, maybe Figgy is, because we still think Figgy's on the block. And we didn't really consider Figgy just because Lucy. It's just so funny for Lucy not to get any confessionals. It's pretty bad. It's between Lucy and Figgy. So.
Yeah. Tori Cosgrove. This has an LVP vote for Taylor. And fantastic episode. I liked Mari, but Figgy on my screen is entertainment on my screen. Great move by Michelle and Jay. I definitely think Michelle is getting a winner's edit so far. She was shielded from the negativity of the Triforce in the first episode and was clearly given the credit for tonight's move. Season is looking good after a Met premiere. All good points. Tori Cosgrove. Interesting fact about using idols. A Survivor study showed that people who showed other people their idol went on to survive a longer time in the game than those who kept the idol to themselves. The sample size is small, but I find that interesting. I guess others can warn you if you are a target.
Yeah. How many people have not had an idol and not shown it?
Well, that's why you said the sample size is small.
I mean, I think there's enough idols out there. I just don't think there's enough for one side of it. Everyone, I think, at some point shows the idol to somebody before they use it, or almost everybody.
Yeah, most of the time. It's true. Tori Cosgrove, I knew that Mari was too popular preseason to do well in the game, just like Anna from last season.
It's crazy. Since we've been doing podcasts, the people that the internet gets behind early. You have people like Max, people like Shireen, and then what do? They buddy up. Isolate everybody, get voted off, very early. Shireen went farther. And then 31, they're all returnees. It was kind of tough. But yeah, 32 honestly, it was Anna and Liz I thought were going to do great. They both go. Mari goes here. It's kind of a weird pattern.
It is. LJ and Krabby, interesting pointless trivia time ever since I started watching you guys back in 2015. My preseason winner pick has always finished in a different stage of the game. Mike, winner. Spencer, finalist. Jason, jury. Mari, pre-jury. Anyways, on to my votes. MVP, David,
that's
LVP.
Kind of cool.
It's also pretty showing, dude, you're going the wrong way. You're getting worse every year. Whoever he picks as his winner next year.
Who are you listening to for your Survivor information?
Yeah, right?
We're like ruining his survivor prediction skills.
We are. Gamer Girl, I didn't get angry over the move. I understand why people like it. It's my anger that Mari was the victim of the move that made me not like the move. I might appreciate it on rewatch. Now my plan is to rewatch the episode that I can like it more. Just like I had to do with the sabotage episode last season. I got angry because Mari is one of my favorites. I'm never happy when my favorites are voted out. Had I known that it was Mari beforehand, I wouldn't have been so mad. I once again apologize to anyone affected by my meltdown. Also, thanks to you both for not reacting.
Apologize.
Yeah, that's great. You're fine. Nobody was mad. It was funny. Gamer Girl, I can see why people think that Will is Benry. I personally don't see it because Will is not good looking. I think people are comparing Will to Benry because, like Benry, Will is not getting a lot of airtime. So now I'm okay with the comparison. Will is not nearly as good looking as Benry. I agree with that. Sorry, Will, but I don't know. People aren't always going based on the looks. So, and where is this? Gamer Girl again. Are there still final words, or am I turning the TV off too soon? You're turning it off too soon. There's still final words every time. So keep that on.
Did you watch the preview for next week?
Yeah,
it's
always on right after that. Hydro Death. Do you guys think that Jay is getting a Malcolm edit? MVP Michelle, LVP Paul. What do you think? Malcolm edit.
What does Malcolm edit mean? It means that you get fourth place and you get fourth place.
I guess.
I don't know. I think it's early to call. There's so many people that could be getting Malcolm edits right now. You look at half the Millennial tribe; they could be getting Malcolm edits. You have Ken on the Gen X tribe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go Malcolm edit all the way for anybody. Not yet.
Yeah. Michael M., check out the extra scenes. You guys are right. Chris says he is kind of hiding behind Paul, who is seen as the leader. At the same time, he talks about liking and trusting him. Brett also talks about how much he loves Paul, how much positivity he brings to camp life. Seems like the core lines on Gen X, Chris, Paul, Brett, Sunday, Jessica are super tight. They will need to keep Lucy in the fold, though. Speaking of Lucy, over 2 in confessionals, definitely MVP. For MVP, Michelle. I was really surprised with their gameplay so far. Can't wait to see what goes down next week.
Well, it looks like Michelle's got this one wrapped up.
Michelle's going to end up winning. I think Jay only has maybe 3 or 4 votes. Michelle has like 7.
I think Jay is just really – I think he did kind of help Michelle with what she was doing, but he stayed behind the scenes. We
don't know if Michelle – but you're assuming Michelle did this in the forefront. And, yeah, she did it at Tribal Council, but you're assuming that everybody was looking at that as if it was the worst thing ever. You're just assuming too much, Mr. Will. You're assuming way too much. People could have been looking at Jay saying he was being too aggressive about it. Because Jay was also the one who was standing there with Zeke and Adam being told who to vote for, and he probably betrayed them. I don't think Michelle did, so I think you're wrong.
All right. I still think I like Jay's position better than Michelle's position.
Dope.
Because who are Adam and Zeke going to figure out what happened? They're going to Hannah. What's Hannah going to say? Hannah's going to say, well, Michelle was in my ear telling me, vote, vote, vote. We're all voting. And then they're going to be like, whoa, Michelle can play. Damn, she's got her head in the game. I thought she was a cool kid just out here on vacation. Everything's now I'm focused on Michelle. She's my enemy. What was Jay doing? He was,
They're still worried about Jay, though. Jay lied straight to their face. Lied straight to their face. Michelle didn't lie straight to their face.
Yeah, it's Survivor, and that was like...
Okay, so let's use the double standard. Okay,
No, I'm saying that was like early. Probably that was right after the challenge. They're like, yo, we're going to vote this way. And then it turns out you have Will, Michaela, Jay, and Michelle, and Hannah all flipping. Why are you singling out Jay? Because Will said he would vote that way. Michaela said
I'm not singling out Jay, but you're singling out Michelle, so I'm going to single out Jay.
I'm singling out Michelle because she's the one that Hannah's their closest ally. Hannah's going to be the one that says, you saw
your
what happened.
Your closest ally in the game is yourself, and Jay lied to them. To them.
But so did Michaela, and so did Will, and so did Jay. They're not going to take Jay as the one that put this whole thing together. They're going to assume Jay and Taylor are still, playing grab ass and fawning over Figgy and like, whoa, let's play bowling and make surfboards out of wood. That's what they think Jay is. There's no reason for them to think Jay put this thing together, especially when Hannah, she found out the last second. They're going to go straight to her. She's going to say, Michelle was in my ear the whole time. Jay was sitting right behind them, and he didn't get involved at all. And that's why I was so impressed with him. He's like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, he played dumb. He pulled the Fabio move, which is why Fabio ended up winning that game. I think Jay is playing a very similar game to Fabio. That's why he's my winner pick. Didn't plan on going on a Jay rant here, but don't lump him in as like the guy who lied to their faces when it was just like everyone flipped.
Well, he did lie to their faces. Well, you're being ridiculous.
He did, but everyone did. Why are you singling out Jay?
Because you're singling out Michelle as being so bad to try to get your MVP
bad. I'm not
votes,
saying
you're not getting the MVP votes.
I'm
Jay is going to lose.
So
I know you're trying to politic it, but Jay is going to lose in this MVP voting. So you don't need to keep trying to fight it.
I don't care about the MVP.
You do.
Voting.
You do. That's what this is all for. Don't act like you don't want it. Don't act like you don't want it.
That's not why I'm saying this. That is not at all why I'm saying this. How can you not see that we had literally 5 people flip over? Okay, let's count them. We have Michelle, we have Michaela, we have Jay, we have
When
Will.
did Michelle flip over?
Okay, fine. She didn't flip over, but you have Will, Jay, Hannah, and Michaela. Okay, 4 people that said they were going to vote, and you're picking out one of them, and then I'm saying Michelle is the one that really visibly made that move happen. Like, that's what Hannah is going to tell them. And so you can't – I don't know why out of 4 people you're saying Jay lied straight to their faces when all 4 of them did. And I'm saying like Michelle because
they all did. No, that's fine. That's fine. Michelle was MVP of the episode, though. Michelle made
she did it so aggressively. And that's why I'm singling her out, because she did it more aggressively. And she was under the radar. No one was even thinking about Michelle. No one was worried about Michelle. And now she's going to be on people's radar.
Moving on. Jeff Steinberg, MVP Michelle, LVP Michaela. Michelle was better than Jay. Hank's weather page. Phil, random question, but do you by any chance work at a zipline company in eastern Tennessee? I do not. I've never been to Tennessee, especially the eastern part. Marit Slang, MVP Jay, LVP Figgy. Jeff Steinberg, who do you think is the best player
Marit Slang counts for 2 votes. I don't know if you know that, because he gave up his buff. His MVP votes are doubled.
Are they? You're still not going to have enough votes for Jay.
I don't care about that. I just care about how you can't.
You probably still don't have enough votes for Jay.
I just care that you don't understand my argument at all.
Oh, I do understand your argument. It's a bad argument. It's a bad argument because you're looking too far down the line. It's the MVP of the episode. Like MVP of the episode. Michelle was the MVP of the episode.
So why all of a sudden is Mari suddenly not the MVP of episode 1? I thought it was just episode to episode.
Because Zeke was the one who made the fire and did everything. Zeke should have been the MVP clearly that episode. I never thought Mari should have been MVP at all. You're the one who thought that. Why should she have been? Why?
It's episode to episode. She was in control.
Was she, though? Moving on. Jeff Steinberg, did you know that Adam and Mari went to the same high school? I did not. And then last comment on here, Jeff Steinberg, all my friends, but not me, are comparing Hannah to Shireen. There's a terrible comparison so far. Hannah has been.
Oh my God, yeah.
Fine.
Don't do that.
Jesus, no.
I hope
no,
Hannah's not listening.
Yeah, seriously. Nobody needs that type of insulting. Okay, Twitter, real quick. We'll go through some of these. Avery Carringer. Will has Chris as number 1 in his power rankings. Hashtag Team Chris. Hashtag Team Gen X. Hashtag That's My Boss. So Avery, her boss is Chris, and she watches our podcast. That's pretty cool. Hopefully Chris is a cool boss. Moving on. Giovanni Rihanna, I'm getting the pop-up ads too. Yeah, that's all about the Survivor Sucks thing. It's awful.
An ad blocker.
No, it has nothing to do with the ad blocker. It's like something else is happening with that website where like it's taking you to another site. Like while you're scrolling. It's just doing it. It's really – I have ad blocker. It's just taking me to another site.
Actually, don't get ad blocker. Ad blocker gives you viruses. It gives you malware. It's actually starting to mess up my computer.
Yeah. Giovanni, can Adam and Zeke last until there's only 15 players left? What do you think? Do you think? I think they're fine. I think they can. What do you think?
Can Adam and Zeke?
Yeah. No, can, like Adam and Zeke can.
Oh, I was like, why are we talking about these 3 players? Can they last? Yeah. Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah. Then Giovanni says, Phil is more prepared than Will. LOL. Yes, that is LOL. Gamer Girl, do you think that if the Millennials go to tribal again?
That's true. Phil's not more prepared than Will.
Okay. I'm going to delete every single thing I've done for the fantasy games, and then, Will, you score them the rest of the year. But you're not allowed to use what I made. Go. Who's more prepared? Who do you even have in your boot? You don't even know you don't have your boot list.
Whoever scores the fantasy games.
No. You don't have your boot list. You don't have the fantasy game. You don't have the power rankings. You don't have anything. I forget what the 4th one even is. You don't have any of them. I don't want to hear that you're more prepared. Get out of here. You are less.
That's prepared. More. No, I'm prepared is different than who scores the fantasy games. What I scored.
Was your power rankings done coming into this episode?
Not this one, but usually it is.
So Phil was more prepared than Will. Moving on. Man, this is fun.
Wait, you didn't? You had yours prepared? We decided to do this like an hour ago.
I did it. I did it real quick when I got home. I'm prepared. I'm a go-getter.
Wow, you have no life, man.
I don't because, yeah, I'm dedicated to the podcast. You know.
Okay. Make the thumbnails. Let's see how you do.
All right, that's dope. I will. And Curtis, do you think that if the Millennials go to tribal again, that the cool kids will once again get rid of one of the others? It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. If it is a 5-4, maybe the 3 that flipped go back to Zeke and Adam, or if like the cool kids still have the advantage and who they target. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I mean the cool kids just need one more.
Yeah.
Whatever, they just need someone to stay. But if they don't get anybody to stay, then it's one of them going home.
Yeah. Gamer Girl, Phil, are you related to Jeremiah? I am not, although we do have the same last name. Trav is Hero D. Have fun on your trip, Will. Hopefully next time you leave the country, it's to play Survivor Friends vs. Friends with Phil. Isn't that cute? That's adorable.
That would be a lot of fun.
Friends vs. Friends. That'd be the greatest theme ever. Gamer Girl, who do you think finds the idol for the Millennials? I hope Adam or Zeke. I could totally see that actually happening. I could see Adam finding the idol.
Yeah, I could see either of them finding the idol. Totally.
Because you know Adam's probably going to look thinking that he's on the bottom here, and so will Zeke.
I don't know. Adam might just – I don't know. I think the whole Hannah getting back and they're angry, I think that probably blows over very quickly. Like, she'll be like, I'm still with you. But we had to get Mari. Like, they already had the number. Like, we're good. And then it starts playing. Who are the cool kids going to hold on to? Who are Zeke, Adam, and Hannah going to pull back? Is Michaela going to be fighting with everybody? That's what it will kind of be about. Jay, I could see Jay finding an idol too. I'm a big Jay fan.
You are a big Jay fan, I'm noticing. Travis Hero D, I was told I was crazy for liking Ken preseason, but I think I'm justified now. Plus, I heard he's a Kansan originally. Yeah, I think that Ken has proved himself the most. Him and Michelle have proved themselves the most so far out there.
Yeah, sounds good.
Giovanni, what do you think of the new season of South Park? I don't watch it. I don't know if you have.
I saw the first 2. I'm not a fan of the past this season and last season compared to other South Parks. I mean, there are funny moments, obviously, but the whole serialization, it's all political. Like, it is just It's easy jokes. Like they're just making fun of the same thing over and over. South Park in its heyday is probably the funniest show of all time, so it has a lot to live up to. But I'm not a fan of like these easy jokes.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Giovanni, Will, good luck in Africa. Don't eat the elephant dung. Parentheses, that's a Survivor reference from one of your favorite seasons. Don't eat the dung, Will.
Good bone.
That is good bone. All right, man, that's all the comments. Yeah, if we're completely wrong on all of this, just remember we had nothing to really work with.
But we're wrong all the time, so
we're wrong. But at least this time we can kind of make an excuse for ourselves, which is
okay. Okay.
You know, sometimes.
That's fair.
Sometimes. But yeah, that's really it. Next week, next Wednesday, we're not sure how this is going to go down in terms of the recap because Will still be in Africa.
So this is what actually I'm going to do with the video. I was thinking about like hiding it until Saturday, but we had way more people watching live than I thought because no one knew we were going to do this. Everyone kind of figured it out, I guess. We'll tweet out the link to this podcast. So look for this on Twitter. I guess everyone is watching this, but I'm just thinking out loud here. We'll tweet this one out, Phil. Say if you want to watch our predictions, watch it now. But when people arrive to our channel, they should come and see the recap because that's new visitors. You should watch the recap before watching predictions. So
yeah, I would hope. I mean, hopefully you're still pumped about the last episode that you want to watch that. I mean, I guess we're not going to keep this hidden. I had a feeling like people get the little notification and our like bigger fans are just going to watch it when it's on.
Right. So we'll tweet it out too for people that may not know what happened and don't have notifications turned on. So, and then we'll officially, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But this is cool. It was a cool last minute podcast.
Yeah, it was good. We yelled at each other a little bit, which is always a good thing. Yeah, is there anything else? Or Eliminator. We both did it though. I did it.
Oh, I'm Ken.
You did Ken. I did Adam.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay.
I'm glad you remembered, though.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. We will catch you next week. I'm not going to be here. We have a surprise, I think.
Hopefully. We should have a surprise.
All right.
It's not like that good of a surprise, but it should be a surprise.
All right. Look forward to that.